worked with Jerry on a few projects now, ranging from small animations to graphics, and whenever I hear from him and he needs my help, I always get really excited because I know it's going to be a project that I'm looking forward to working on, as is the case with Phantom Manor animation. We had such beautiful artwork and storyboards created by Krista and Mina. I felt that I really needed to preserve the integrity of what they had done and yet try to put my own spin into the project with special little touches and embellishments that I was capable of doing. So it was challenging and yet rewarding, and I think the effort of all of us combined will certainly yield a product that we'll be most proud of and that the viewer will enjoy. We are looking at the tragic heroine, Melanie Ravenswood, of Phantom Manor, the beautiful artwork created by Kristen and Mina, and you can see we have our base layer. And what that is a good starting point for the animation. What I needed to do was essentially deconstruct this artwork and then rebuild it in such a way that the parts and pieces could be animated. So I'm going to show you quickly how that was done. So let's take a look at her eyes. I had to create a state where her eyes are open, which was the default or the static image that I was provided. As you can see, her eyes are open there. I had to create a layer or set of layers where her eyes, as you can see, are closed. So eyes closed, eyes open. In addition, I also created eyebrows. So we have individual layers for the eyebrows. Now, in order to accomplish Melanie speaking, we had to create layers of mouth shapes known as phonemes. And in English, there's about 44 phonemes. But basically, what they are basic units of sound. So if we look at all the layers that comprise the lip sync folder here in Photoshop, you'll see that each one has a different shape, and that'll make a lot more sense once we start taking a look at these. So we have her neutral state, which is Melanie looking with a bit of a smile. If I turn this layer off and turn on the next one, this is the shape that her mouth will make when she says an ah sound. And I'll just quickly go through these layers and show you what E would look like, for instance. And now let's jump down to L. So a combination of these mouth shapes in succession are what create the illusion of animation. And if you look on screen here, you can see Melanie Ravenswood, and she is actually lip syncing my narration here. So if you'll notice over here, there is a bar that indicates the volume level, and as I speak, you can see her lips. She's trying to lip sync what I say in real time. Now, the neat thing about this software is that it has facial tracking built in. So what we could do is create a puppet and then assign features to that puppet that when the points get mapped to my face, the features will animate to match what I do. Now, since we don't have Roxy Dar in the studio, she did the animation and did a wonderful job, incredibly talented and lovely young lady. We have the next best thing, and that is her voice track. So if you take notice down here, we do have an audio input. So what I did was I imported Roxy's voiceover or her narration into Adobe Character Animator, and when I play back that file, you'll notice that the puppet or cartoon, illustration, whatever you want to refer to it as, will speak her narration. So let's take a look at that, shall we?
My father Henry was lucky, I suppose. He struck gold in Big Thunder in the early 1800s and was the founder of the Thunder Mesa Mining Company. Mama told me he was just as good as one of his nuggets of gold.
Well, as you can see, using Adobe Character Animator and Photoshop, we have a neat system to create some very interesting animation.